no secret. The important thing is to believe in yourself and never say, I can't do this. Unless you try, you will never know. I think each one of us has so much potential, only it is not that. You need to be pushed. There has to be somebody to tell you, okay, try this. And if you try, you'll be surprised. You can do so many things. Like I did trekking at the age of 60. I didn't know I could trek. I didn't even know what was trekking. It's just that when I saw the pictures of Himalayas, I said, oh, it's so wonderful. Wish I could go there. And the touring agency said, oh, you can go. We will take you. And I was thrilled. And I did make it to base camp. Base camp was my second trek actually. So, nothing is impossible. But you have to try and give it your all and you will succeed. That's all is my secret. And age is just a number to me. And to you, it should be the same to you too. Don't say I'm too old for this and too old for that. You're never too old. Your mind should be young. So whatever you want, you try and you succeed, I assure you. It's my own experience. So, thank you.
Thank you. It's really special to be part of PINKATHON. We were there right in the beginning. I was so taken up when Milind came to me and he said not only does he want to do something for women, but he also thought that breast cancer was important enough. And in 2003, I had just gone through my breast cancer in 2000. Luckily, it was caught at a very early stage and I just finished my treatment. He's right, I didn't speak about it then. In those days, nobody spoke about breast cancer. Of course, you thought that breast cancer happens to women in the West, but it was happening here. And I was just very fortunate that when I was being treated, I had to go through radiation, and my doctor was a woman. She was also the director of the Tata Memorial Hospital. I remember waiting outside her clinic, for 6 months. I would go every day for my radiation. And I'd wait there, the clinic would be crowded with other women waiting, quietly patient with their husbands, their families, their children. Never mourning, never looking, why me? I was the one who was trying to hide and pretend I was just here with somebody else. But over the months, I noticed that the clinic was less crowded. The family members were not coming with these women, the husbands, the brothers, whoever. These women were just sitting there on their own. When I went in to get my treatment, I just brought this up with my doctor and I said, Doc, I'm noticing that the women are just sitting there on their own now, what's up? And she looked at me and she said, Devika, what can I tell you in this country when families hear that a woman has cancer, they abandon them. These women, a lot of them were coming with their family members in the beginning and now they don't have the money to reach me, they don't have the money to take that bus and train, whatever, but they find their way to my clinic and they sit here and they say, help me, cure me. I want to be back to my family and she says, I don't know what to do. It made me realize, and I realized first of all that everything happens for a reason.
We've talked about women all the time, but the men also need to hear.
Yeah, so speaking is more for men than women. They also need to know stuff about, and also very shocking to know that men are the decision makers in the family. But India as such, as a country and the world is largely patriarchal. Of course, we are working towards a better direction and events like PINKATHON is really helping us do that. But till that time, I think the men of the house should also be conscious and they should know that these are the symptoms. If they emerge, I should encourage the women in my house and around my house to take them for an early breast cancer detection. Apart from that, also when it comes to fitness after that, in fact I was really fit, honestly speaking. I was, so even that factor, like the doctor said, obesity and all that, so even I was gymming every day on an everyday basis and yet I had what I had. Is again I'm going back to the same problem that the root is somewhere else. We all need to figure out that root. we could have a 36, 24, 36 and yet have a screwed up head. It's going to lead you to screwed up body eventually.
From the rest hybrid नहीं हो पाएगा. And of course we have to be fitter. So let's start here. I want every one of you to please stand up right now. Radio वाले हैं तो थोड़ा सा करवाएंगे आपसे entertainment. Please stand up everyone. Please. Okay. So we're going to do छोटा सा jog and we're going to sing one song जो हमारे दिल में चल रहा है. Looking at this man. So we're going to sing Made in India and for 10 seconds, 20 seconds we're going to jog. ठीक है, please let's do it. Began mainly in by saying, please मेरे औकात के हिसाब से Indian. So 20-30 seconds we all will start and we all will sing Made in India and you have to sing with us, okay? 3, 2, 1, start. Made in India. Jog, everybody, jog and jog. India, whoa, Made in India. Made in India. Thank you so much and मुझे लगता है कि हम लेडीज लाइफ में इतनी भाग दौड़ करते हैं. एक साइड टिफिन बन रहा है बच्चे का, एक साइड हस्बैंड चला रहा है, प्रेस नहीं हुआ, आई है. सो वी डू सो मच भाग दौड़ इन रियल लाइफ. सो आई थिंक मैराथन भागना हमारे बस की बात बिल्कुल है, चुटकियों में भाग सकते हैं. सो प्लीज़ आप लोग भी प्रोत्साहित कीजिए जितनी आपके आसपास की टीम मेंबर्स हैं, सोसाइटी में लेडीज़ हैं. So I will take this responsibility. I'm going to get 25 ladies from my show and we're going to run together and start with 5 kilometers. So thank you so much for inviting me.
You lost the 18 kilos?
Actually, I did a lot of like stopping of the carbs, which is a new thing nowadays. No carb for me, please. And a little bit of exercise, yoga and stuff like that. So
That's it, just a little bit of yoga and stopping carbs is lost 18 kilos.
yeah.
It's a good.
I'm going to show you my before after. I was like 3 BHK, now I'm 1 room kitchen. So
Good to hear. All right. So since you were talking about putting on that weight, and the thing is that most of us, from the time that we leave college and steady in our jobs, the average weight we know that people put on is almost 20 kilos. I don't know if you're aware of this, but it just tells us the level of disconnection that we have with ourselves, with our bodies, with our minds, when we realize only after we put on 20 kilos or 30 kilos that we have actually changed so much. And this happens to everybody, irrespective of where they come from, who they are, what their background is. And we need to do something to reconnect with ourselves. And for us, we believe that sports is a great way to do that, to become more aware of your body, to become more aware of your mind. And within sports, running is the easiest because not only can you run anywhere you like, but it's also a community activity. So you can be together with people who believe in you, who motivate you and encourage you all the time. Our next speaker, so the reason we have our mascots from different communities is because we believe that these communities are generally sidelined when it comes to fitness, when it comes to health, when it comes to, in fact, messaging of any sort. And we want to bring them into the mainstream community, and especially through a run like this. So our next speaker is Dhwani Jigar Shah, who is the mascot for the V-Wash Plus 3 kilometers.
Person till the last day before I delivered my baby. So, well, we as women, we know that we neglect our health. We usually sideline ourselves after our husband, or families, or now even the babies. So what baby wearing brings to us is, okay, you own your baby, you do your cooking, you wear your baby, you go for walks. You're not only bonding with your child, but you're also giving yourself the we time that you need with the baby and get your chores done. So that's the beauty of baby wearing. As mothers, as urban mothers, we usually neglect the importance of breastfeeding. Believe me, that's one tool that helps you keep fit, keeps your baby fit, and helps you lose weight. So through baby wearing, breastfeeding is an easy job. You can do it anywhere, everywhere, comfortably, discreetly, and most importantly, you are not keeping your child away from the nourishment that it deserves. So, please join me and help spread the message to young mothers. My child is 6 months old, and you can baby wear as young as day 1. So please help me spread the message to the community, to any new mothers that you know, and ask them to join the run with us. Thank you.
Well, the thing is that Pinkathon isn't really my baby, at least not anymore. Pinkathon belongs to the women, the thousands and thousands of women who have taken it up, whose lives it has changed or helped to change, who are now inspiring hundreds and thousands of women around them. Pinkathon is just a space, it's a platform. If nobody came, nothing would happen. So it's all about the women who actually used it to change their own lives, to get together with other women, to change the lives around them, to spread the message. I mean, that's what has happened now. After these 8 years, it has become an entity on its own. And that is something that we really wanted. I didn't want it to be that I am Pinkathon or Pinkathon is about me. Pinkathon is about its own message. Pinkathon is its own self. And that's how it should be.
More and more people coming and joining up actually. This time, 8th edition.
Yes.
Kis tarah se rahega, how what all changes are there? Like every time you try to improve things,
But there are a lot of things, So like I mentioned earlier, we have a breastfeeding zone. We have a lot of small things. We've added new events. We try to encourage women from different sections of society that normally are isolated or they're ignored. So the communities that we've discussed so far, the cancer conquerors. Sometimes people get scared. She's had cancer. How will she do it? She can't do it. But we have people who say, no, I've had cancer. I'm going to run 21 kilometers. Or the visually impaired who have run from now one city to another city, 150 kilometers with us, and we train them for that. Or the women in saris who run, the women in saris who cycle, not only saris but hijab and burqa and salwar kameez. We try to make sure that no woman is left behind. We have the mascot of Pinkathon is 104 years old. Again, to just spread that message that you're never too old or it's never too late to start. She started running at the age of 93. So these are the messages that we keep adding. These are the small experiences and events that we keep adding. We just had the first Pinkathon 100-kilometer race in Lonavala on Sunday, which was just 3 days ago, where we had 40 women running 100 kilometers, which is fantastic. It's not happened anywhere in the world. So we're very excited about creating more opportunities for the women to explore what they're actually capable of.
We have been in 5 different cities at present.
8.
8 cities.
Yes.
Which are the cities and what are the plans for small town and maybe villages also? Any plans?
So what happened was we of course started with all the metros. We've got Bombay, Delhi, Calcutta, Bangalore, Hyderabad, Guwahati, Pune. And the Pinkathon of course is very popular in all those cities. But in the last few years, a lot of people were coming to me and saying, like you said, what about the rural areas? What about the smaller towns? And I started saying, it's a women's event. You can just organize it, just like what we did. You create a space, call the women, they're going to come because that's what we discovered. But they say, no, we want Pinkathon. And that's something that I'm really happy about because they associate the word and that logo Pinkathon with something which is not me, which is great. And we decided to have Pinkathon Day. And in Pinkathon Day, we invite people to nominate their cities and their towns and even their villages and tell us, where they want to do the event, and we guide them on how to do the event in their town and in their village. And they register all their participants on our website. We send them all t-shirts and medals from where we are, and we teach them on how they can actually do an event like this, where they are, and make sure they're empowering women over there. So it's not that I have to go there or the team has to go there. We empower people in those small towns to do this event with our help.
Now, we're talking about sponsor people coming forward
Yes.
for the thing. How is it from the government side? Have you approached them?
We have never approached the government. No, we have never approached.
What was the reason? Like why? Like, या फिर people even knowing about Pinkathon?
We didn't. We never really thought of approaching the government. I mean, the government is doing a lot. The government has a very difficult job, and we thought that whatever we can do, whatever the citizens can do, I think it is up to us. It is our responsibility to do something, whatever we can. And the Pinkathon is a step in that direction. It's not that none of us, I think, should depend on the government to do anything. Government will do whatever they can do, policy and so on and governance. But if there are small steps just around us, in our own lives, in our own families, in our own communities, if we can do something, we should do it. Like for example, if every single person took care of their health, their own responsibility, we would be a fitter and healthier country. But we don't do that. we want more hospitals, we want more doctors, and that's great. There are people who need hospitals and doctors, but most people, really most people, can take care of their health and never ever have to go to a doctor or a hospital. But we don't take care. Like I mentioned earlier, we offer a free mammogram and free medical checkup, so that at least if you have any kind of disease, you'll find it early, so you can deal with it. But they don't even go for that. We have to take ourselves more seriously. We have to believe in ourselves more, and we have to respect ourselves more, just not physically, but mentally and emotionally also. That is important.
So what are the issues like which are really taking forward for the women actually? As we
You don't
spoke
like Suhail?
about,
You don't like Suhail? Yeah, see?
No, I was just going to say you must talk about the Har Ghar Mein
Yeah.
Pinkathon.
Har Ghar Mein
Fit
Pinkathon,
India
yes,
movement.
yes.
like, we're dealing with cancer, breast cancer, and lots
Yeah.
of other issues which are related to women actually. But
Yeah.
which are the other things also? Could you just name few जिस पे आप लोग काम कर रहे हो?
So the foundation itself, which is the United Sisters Foundation, focuses on menstrual hygiene and menstrual health, because like breast cancer, what we felt was there are certain issues that of course people are dealing with, but specifically issues that people don't talk about. People find it difficult. There are taboos, they're uncomfortable, they're embarrassed. Like we know that, most women don't even tell their daughters what to expect from their first period. It's surprising, but it's there. Even in the family, women do not prepare their daughters for their first period. And we don't know the reason for that, So we want to get more women to talk about menstruation itself. What is it? What should you expect? A lot of the women we spoke to thought when they had their first period that they had cancer, that they were going to die. Suddenly they started bleeding. They didn't know what to do. And even though they'd heard about it and seen it, it is nothing compared with the first experience. Not only physically, but also again emotionally. So we want to bring that out more. There are a lot of NGOs doing it. We also want to add to that. We want to add our voice to the whole discussion and the whole expression of menstruation.
Doing lots of things for women actually. क्योंकि men के लिए भी है कोई planning like?
Men के लिए बहुत करते हैं ना लोग.
He for she.
So we encourage men to be more supportive for women. Yeah.
Okay, one last question.
Yeah.
Like, what is your message to all the people or all the women who want to participate or
It's very simple. Everybody seems to think that being fit or being healthy is very tough. It's very complicated. Sometimes people come and ask me like, what do you do for your fitness? You must be doing so much. Firstly, I don't diet at all. I eat whatever I get. My favorite meal is dal khichdi, and I work out for 3 minutes every day. 3 minutes, and I think that everybody has 3 minutes. So if you do a 3-minute exercise the way I do it, you're going to be almost as fit as I am. I won't say as fit, but almost as fit. So it's not difficult. I want to say that it's not difficult to be healthy. It's not difficult to be fit. You need to take out some time for yourself every day for your physical, mental and emotional well-being. That's all. Sometime, even if it's 5 minutes. You can start with 5 minutes. It'll make a big difference.
That's so nice. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Well, I'm really glad and very happy that Milind had reached out to me, and I'm very privileged to be a part of such an iconic run. And over the years, it's the 8th edition, and over the years, it has added more and more causes to it, from being a source of inspiration for women to sort of take care of their bodies and go out for a run, to even breast cancer awareness. So I'm very glad that this platform is there, and my message again is for early breast cancer detection.
We have some interaction going on here. I just need the volume down. Thank you.
What is the kind of message you like to give for the awareness of breast cancer, especially like if you've gone through and talking about the myths also, like as we were speaking about it?
I just want that women should take care of their bodies. If at all there is any change, they feel there is some symptom which is not normal than what it used to feel, they should really certainly go for an examination. Self-examination is also necessary, and once in 6 months you should also go, or once a year you should also go get yourself tested under doctor supervision as well. Once you are beyond 40 or 45, and if your doctor recommends, please get your mammograms done annually. Early breast cancer detection not only leads to treatment, but it's curable. So it's my message. That's what I want to say.
And at this point of time, like Ayushman, how he supported, he was definitely behind. कुछ आप कहना चाहोगे as a?
I think he was there. He was supporting me all throughout. And that's what partners are supposed to do. Doesn't make him special and the rest of the men not so special. There are a lot of people, a lot of families where men really support their women, and which is so good. He was always there for me, by my side, and has been encouraging me. And for a woman to also sort of talk on a platform like this can only happen if your husband's support is there. So that's what makes him special for sure. But all the men should really create a congenial environment for the women in the house to be able to express themselves and also be there with them through their audio.
7 consecutive hits actually from him, you know, like how happy. But now, एक question, this is an ending. What I have to say, like how definitely you're so happy for him. How do you see him, like, you know, and behind every successful man there's like there's a woman. What do you say for that?
No, it's definitely the choices that he is making, and he's grown as an artist. He's making the right decisions and he's become a risk taker. So I think whenever there's a script which sort of has a risk value, Ayushmann gets approached first. And I'm so glad that he's changing the dynamics of how a quintessential hero of Bollywood today now looks like. So I'm really happy that he's changing the dynamics of that. And I'm proud of his work.
So one last question, like, what have you given the message? As you said, like people should come forward and talk openly for cancer. So put a message up, like, strong message.
No, that's why I said, like, I was sitting on my symptoms for over 2 months and I never thought cancer would happen to me. This is not to instill fear in anyone, but then we all need to be cautious. We all need to we should not take our bodies for granted. The more we talk about cancer, the more taboo and stigma we remove from the disease. Like I said, early breast cancer detection is curable and not just treatable. But we need to address the issue. We need to talk. We need to spread the message. And social media and people like you have really helped people like me spread this message. So thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for watching Indian Eyes 24 News. Please do subscribe our channel. Press the bell icon for future notifications. Click on the like button. Must do share the link. Thank you.